Hey, this is Bob Miller. I'm in my backyard today, and as you know, I've been doing this book review of this amazing book here that I'm going to show you. It's called "How Is That Working" by Robert Hollis. And the last couple of days I did the prelude. I did chapter 1. Now I'm doing chapter 2. So let me go ahead and I'm going to open up to chapter 2 and tell you a little bit about what the title here is called "A Formula for Driving Fast, Far, and Fast." Now, what Robert talks about in this book a real lot is he refers a lot back to the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, anybody that's been really involved in self-development, personal development, knows about that book. And I've read that book several times myself. But sometimes when you hear it from somebody who's very successful like Robert is, I mean, Robert has made like he's mentored over 44 millionaires. So if somebody that can teach somebody to become, like 44 people to become a millionaire, that says a lot about somebody. So I want to find out what his take on this whole thing is. So he talks about what the plan, what you have to do, and he takes us from the book Think and Grow Rich, and he made a little parts list right here. And the parts list says what you need to have first. This is what Napoleon Hill said, is you have to have a definite purpose. You have to have a big why. Why are you doing whatever you want to do? What is your big why? But it's got to be a definite purpose. You have to really know exactly what you want. Next, you have to have a desire and an all-consuming obsession. So it can't be something wishy-washy. You can't go in and say, well, I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to see if this will work. It can't be like that. You have to go for the gusto. So, I mean, you really do. You got to go for the gusto. And then you have to have a clear plan to fulfill one's definite purpose. You have to have a plan to do this. So just because you know what you want and you have a burning obsession, you have to know how you're going to do it. What is your plan? How are you going to do this? And then, of course, you have to have determination, persistence. That does not recognize failure. So in other words, you have to have belief, and you have to believe it. And he goes further. He goes even further into this, where he talks about not only believing it, but you have to feel it. You have to actually feel the feeling of what it's going to be like when you obtain this goal. And then, lastly, you have to have a success consciousness, and he talks about that a little bit earlier. And I should have mentioned that first, but some people have a failure consciousness, and other people have a success consciousness. So you need to have a consciousness of success. You need to believe. You need to know that you actually already are success, as opposed to somebody who you're thinking about failure and overcoming. And earlier in this chapter, he talks about overcoming adversity. He's overcome a lot of adversity. I've overcome a lot of adversity. You've probably overcome a lot of adversity. Use that. Use that adversity that brought you to the place where you are right now, and help that propel you. Help that make you even stronger. Okay. So anyway, that's about it for this chapter. I'm going to wrap it up with just the 5 questions, and at the end of each chapter, he has 5 questions that he asks us. He said, so here's number 1 is, who have you learned the most from in your life and career? Has adversity or failure ever opened doors to a greater success in your life? If Napoleon Hill's theory is correct, that a person's thoughts determine the results they experience, what have you been thinking? Do you have a success consciousness? Or do you have a failure consciousness? Number 4 is, read over the parts list in this chapter, which I just read off a few minutes ago. Now, which parts of the success formula do you have, and which do you need to find or develop? And then speculate on what your definite purpose might be. So I really recommend you go ahead and get this book. And in the meantime, you can go ahead and you can get mentored by Robert for free. Go to youneedtolearn.com and check it out. Just go there, watch Robert, watch his videos, and just bump around the whole site and educate yourself and learn how to develop a success consciousness. So so thank you very much. I'll see you on the next video, where I'll be talking about chapter 3. If I can win this race, so can you. So have yourself a great day filled with positive momentum, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.